Topping today's news, the PLP Central Linkup well attended, and the Prime Minister continues to push his Bahamian First policy. Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper says the Free National Movement, not ready to govern. A man shot in Flamingo Gardens last week dies in hospital, and senators debate legislation surrounding new land reforms. This is your JCN Evening News. I'm Jarino Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us. Election fever definitely in the air. The Free National Movement began with a series of regional zone meetings and naming of candidates, and now the Progressive Liberal Party has begun what it calls regional link-ups featuring 3 to 4 constituencies. On Monday night, it was the PLP hosting the Central Link-Up at Windsor Park with Prime Minister Philip Davis as the keynote speaker. We hear what he had to say in this next report by Malia Connolly.
Throngs of PLP members and supporters either drove or walked from their homes to historic Windsor Park on Monday night to attend the Progressive Liberal Party's Central Link-Up rally that included Freetown, Marathon, Centerville, and Englerson. Prime Minister Philip Davis criticized the official opposition for complaining about progress.
Every time we solve a big problem, guess what? They complain. Every time we fix what they broke, they show up to criticize. They left the clinics collapsing. When we build new ones, they complain. They ignored Grand Bahama. When we bring new investment, they complain. And PLPs, you know what is the biggest complaint? That we ain't cleaning up their mess fast enough for them. But here's the truth. When they were in charge, things fell apart, and chaos was the order of the day. When we lead, things get built. And that's why tonight, I say this loud and proud. We did not only clean up their mess, we are building a better future.
Davis said the PLP is expanding more opportunities island by island and creating opportunities where Bahamians can succeed and excel at home and not have to leave the country. The Prime Minister spent a considerable portion of his speech addressing the protection of jobs for Bahamians.
Too many times we've heard there's no qualified Bahamian. I don't believe that, and you shouldn't either. This isn't hard maths, PLPs. If a foreigner is holding a job in this country, there'd better be a Bahamian understanding that role, understudying that role. And there'd better be a deadline for when that Bahamian takes over. Because what I will no longer accept is Bahamians training foreigners, then watching them take the same job they're qualified to do. That's over. That's PLP. And that's done. Anyone who knows Brave knows my views. I told my minister that this is not only the policy of my administration, but also a principle. We are not asking, I repeat that, we are not asking. We are expecting employers to train and promote Bahamians.
The Prime Minister also revealed plans for a new and improved technical institute to increase the capacity of the Bahamas labor force.
That's why I'll be calling a meeting with BTVI, with Minister Benesana Martin and her team at the Ministry of Education. I want to begin the plans for a new BTVI campus in New Providence, including new buildings, new curriculum, and a new national commitment to training Bahamians for modern, high-paying jobs.
Prime Minister said that he chooses not to focus on the F&M because it is not about them, as they will stop, cancel, and review success projects should they win. He said the focus is on continuing to make progress for the Bahamian people by building bridges instead of walls. For JCN News, I'm Malia Connolly.
Thanks for that report, Malia. An energized Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper also took to the stage and delivered a fiery speech in which he accused the opposition, the official opposition, Free National Movement, of being full of talk while the Davis administration is working and making progress in the country in a bid to win a second consecutive term.
And you see,
The PLP is about working, whilst the F&M is about talking. So no matter how they try to denigrate our work, I want you to tell them that our progress is undeniable. No matter what narratives the political trolls try to spin on social media, what we've done in 3.5 years dwarfs what they've done in their entire term. And we do real work. Work that you can touch, see, and feel. Ask the people, ask the contractors, ask the nurses, ask the teachers, ask the family islanders, ask the city dwellers. We've been working for you, we've been making progress, and we've been building our Bahamas.
Mr. Cooper then turned his attention directly to the Free National Movement and its leader, Michael Pintard.
Such thing as a perfect party, but there is such thing as a hopeless party. And that's the F&M. Hopelessly lost, hopelessly disorganized, hopelessly inadequate, inadequate and hopelessly unprepared, with a hopeless leader. That's who they are. That's the F&M. But in politics, there are leaders who build, and there are those who just talk. The real leaders build, and the fake ones talk. Brave Davis builds, and Michael Pintard talks to hear himself, not to convey purpose or vision or plans. And while we're building, they're talking. While they're talking, we walking and we working. The F&M in shambles. MPs are leaving. Constituency associations are revolting. Veteran candidates are being blocked. Minister loyalists are being purged. Ministers Pintard is lurching from one internal fight to the next. No message, no team, no plan. But the PLP, we focus. And you only get this with good leadership. We cannot risk this progress with Pintard and the F&M.
Member of Parliament for Freetown, Wayne Munro, accused the official opposition of being chronic complainers while overlooking things positive in the country. The Member of Parliament for Angliston, Glenys Hannah Martin, encouraged Bahamians, the youth, to understand the issues and prepare themselves to vote in the 2026 general elections. The Commissioner of Police, Shanton Knowles, revealing the crime statistics for the first 6 months of 2025. While crime against the person is down, including murder, there remains a concern as it relates to sexual assaults and suicides. Tinia Brown has more in this next report.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force has released its mid-year crime report, highlighting trends in crime from January to June. While some offenses are trending downward, others, like suicide, are on the rise. Among the most significant declines this year were in cases of rape and unlawful sexual intercourse.
Rape decreased by 24%, with 25 cases compared to 33 over the same period in 2024. Cases of unlawful sexual intercourse decreased significantly by 34%, with 57 cases compared to 86 for the same period in 2024. The majority of sexual offenses victims knew their assailants in both categories.
Mental health remains a growing concern in the country, with new data from the Royal Bahamas Police Force pointing to a troubling rise in suicides and attempted suicides. Commissioner Knowles acknowledged the increased public attention on mental health issues and confirmed that suicide cases have risen since last year.
All 8 cases were male victims. Likewise, attempted suicides increased by 39%, with 32 cases by mid-year 2025, compared to 23 cases over the same period for 2024. The leading motives of these types of incidents, based on our preliminary reports, includes depression and anxiety, persons undesirous of living, and relationship issues. The mid-year number of these types of cases are trending higher than in previous years. We will continue to use every resource at our disposal in the fight against.
Commissioner Knowles described the current numbers as higher than in previous years and pledged to continue deploying every available resource to address crime and community safety, with adjustments to the policing strategy as needed. She also added that building community trust and fostering safe environments remain at the heart of the force's mission as they move into the second half of 2025. Reporting for Jcn News, I'm Tania Brown.
Thanks for that report, Tania. During a recent press conference at his Cable Beach office, Prime Minister Philip Davis addressed a disturbing and tragic development of the death of at least 2 Bahamians, Shadrach Stewart and Joey Russell, allegedly killed in Haitian territory, reportedly while involved in a drug smuggling operation. According to the Prime Minister, details surrounding the incident that took place on July 5th remains limited. He shared what the government knows thus far.
It's an unfortunate incident, and I continue to urge our citizens, particularly our young men, to avoid being engaged in activities that could lead to events such as that happen. You know, I grieve for the family. We've sent out our condolences to the family, and we still await a full report of what occurred in that incident from the Haitian authorities. And I would like to say no more than that, other than we do offer our condolences to the family for the untimely and unfortunate incident that took the lives of Bahamian citizens in the waters of Haiti.
While the government awaits a full report from the Haitian officials, again, Prime Minister Davis urging Bahamians, particularly young men, to avoid illegal activities that could put your lives at risk. And finally, in this segment, Dion Miller, head of the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence, appeared on the ZNS TV talk show The Rundown with host Clint Watson on Monday to discuss the latest circumstances surrounding the saga with the government over the proposed new legislation to create a Junkanoo authority to oversee all aspects of Junkanoo in the country. The JCNP and its members do not support the legislation as it currently is formed, for the fear that the government may interfere too much into the Junkanoo parades, especially the Boxing Day and New Year's Day parades. As a result, the JCNP has suspended all Junkanoo activities, including the Emancipation Day Junkanoo Rush at Fox Hill. Mr. Miller explained exactly what the JCNP has issues with.
The JCNP, our position with the Junkanoo Authority bill is not that we are against any progress as it relates to Junkanoo. Our position is that we don't agree with the bill in its current form. The JCNP a few weeks ago was presented with the bill, and we were given 7 days to consult with 24 different organizations, which make up about 8 to 10,000 Junkanoos. We were given a deadline to get back to that. In that short span of time, we don't feel that we could adequately coerce and get feedback from our community. Fair enough. So that's point number one. Our position is that the government of the Bahamas, they want to go forward within a Junkanoo Authority bill, then we feel that for the past 21 years in our management role, we should be compensated for the work that we have been done. So that is where the impasse is. And until we are in agreement with that purpose, we can't support the bill in its current form. And so we're at a point now where if you're bringing in this authority, we feel that we should no longer have to go to public to beg for monies to have these parades. If this is your parade, then properly fund your parade. And until we are in agreement with that, we're on a pause until we decide the way forward.
That pause means there will be no Junkanoo Rush once again in the upcoming Fox Hill Emancipation Festival, unless, of course, an agreement is reached before then. All Junkanoo groups that are a part of the JCNP have suspended all practices and other activities aside from memorials and civic events. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back following these commercials.